I'm a 911 dispatcher, have been for 6 years. You hear everything in this job. Overdoses, heart attacks, domestic violence, car accidents, people taking their last breaths while you try to talk their family through CPR. You learn to stay calm, get the information, send help. That is the job. You cannot fall apart when someone else's world is ending. Last Tuesday at 2:14 in the afternoon, middle of my shift, a call came through. Random assignment. Could have gone to any of the 8 operators working that hour. It came to me. 911, what is your emergency? Oh God, he is not breathing. I think he is having a heart attack or something. Please, please help. I recognized the voice instantly. My fiancée, but she did not recognize mine. We sound different on the line, professional, clinical. Plus she was panicking too hard to notice. Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. What is your location? She gave me an address, an apartment across town. I did not know this address, never heard of it. We had been together for 3 years, engaged for 8 months. I thought I knew everywhere she went. Who's not breathing, ma'am? My friend. He just collapsed. Please hurry. Professional mode stayed on. Had to. Is he conscious? Is he breathing at all? No, I do not know. His chest is not moving. I am dispatching an ambulance now. Stay on the line with me. Is he on his back? Yes. Oh God, this cannot be happening. I walked her through basic CPR while units were already en route. Kept my voice steady. Clinical. Did my job perfectly. But my brain was going 1,000,000 miles an hour. She was supposed to be at work. She told me this morning she had a full day of meetings. She is a marketing coordinator for a tech company. What friend was this? Why was she at some random apartment in the middle of a workday? Why was she this panicked over a friend? The medics confirmed arrival. Ma'am, help has arrived. They will take over now. Thank you so much. She hung up. I sat there for maybe 10 seconds, staring at my screen, the call log, the address I had never seen before. Then I flagged my supervisor. I need to take an early lunch. Family emergency. He looked at me. We have worked together for 4 years. He knew something was wrong. You good? Will be, just need an hour. He nodded. Take 2 if you need it. I clocked out, got in my car, did not drive to the address, did not confront her. That would have been the emotional response. Instead, I drove home to our apartment, the one we had been sharing for 2 years. The one where we planned our wedding that was supposed to happen in 8 months. Called my buddy who owns a moving company. I need a favor, like right now. What is up? Relationship emergency. Need to pack someone's stuff fast. Say no more. I can have a guy there in 45 minutes. I started in the bedroom. Her clothes packed into suitcases I pulled from the closet. Her toiletries from the bathroom into boxes. Her books. Her decorations, her laptop. Everything that was clearly hers. Worked systematically. Did not cry, did not scream, just packed. The moving guy showed up. Took one look at my face and asked where he was taking it. Storage unit. I will text you the address. I had rented one online while packing, $89 for the first month, worth every penny. By 4:30 her stuff was gone. The apartment looked different, emptier but cleaner somehow. Like I had removed something that did not belong there. Went back to work for my evening shift, finished at 11. She got home at 11:47. I was sitting on the couch waiting. She walked in, saw me, smiled like nothing had happened. Hey babe, sorry I am late. Work dinner ran long, that is funny, I said. Because you called 911 at 2:14 this afternoon from an apartment I have never heard of, reporting that your friend was not breathing. Her face went white, actually white, like the blood just left her head. I was your dispatcher. Small world, right? She stood there, frozen, could not move, could not speak. He okay, by the way, your friend? The medics got there pretty fast. That was not. I can explain. Cool. While you do that, let me explain something. Your stuff is in a storage unit. Unit 247 at the facility on Morrison Street. Here is the key. I tossed it on the coffee table. First month is paid. After that you are on your own. You cannot just do this. I did. This is my apartment, my name on the lease. You moved in 2 years ago. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem anymore. Maybe your friend's place. Oh wait, he might still be in the hospital. She tried tears next. Please, can we just talk about this? We are talking. I am talking. I am telling you we are done. The engagement is off. I pulled the ring off her hand. $3,200 ring I had saved 8 months for. Put it in my pocket. I will see about returning this. You need to leave. It is almost midnight. Then you better start making calls. She stood there for another minute, then grabbed her purse and left. Slammed the door so hard the neighbor knocked to ask if everything was okay. I told him we were fine, just a breakup. He nodded sympathetically and went back to his place. That was 3 days ago. My phone has been blowing up ever since. Her mom, her sister, her friends, all saying I overreacted, that I am cruel, that I did not give her a chance to explain. Here is the thing though, she called 911 because her affair partner had a medical emergency. She was not calling to confess. She was not calling to end things with me. She called because she had to. And I just happened to be the one who answered. So no, I do not think I overreacted. Update 1 week later and the fallout has been interesting. By interesting I mean exhausting. First, the storage unit situation. She went to get her stuff the next day, apparently called her mom crying about how I threw her out with nothing, how I was cruel and heartless, how she had nowhere to go. Her mom called me. That conversation went exactly how you would expect. How dare you kick my daughter out in the middle of the night? I gave her a key to her belongings and told her to leave. It was 11:47, hardly the middle of the night. She could have been in danger. From what? Me sitting on my couch? I was the one who found out she has been cheating. Pretty sure I am the one who was in danger of wasting more years on a liar. You do not understand. He was just a friend from college. They were studying. Ma'am, she called 911 because he stopped breathing. That is not studying. That is something else entirely. You always were cold. She told me you never showed emotion. I'm a 911 dispatcher. I am trained not to panic, but sure, let us call that cold. She hung up. I blocked her number. Then came the mutual friends. We have maybe 6 couples we hung out with regularly. She got to 3 of them first. Spun some story about me being controlling and jealous. That the friend really was just a friend who had a medical emergency. And I used my position to snoop on her. The other 3 called me directly, told them the truth. They believed me, especially after I explained that she lied about where she was that day. Hard to explain away calling 911 from some random apartment when you are supposed to be in meetings. Work was the complicated part. My supervisor pulled me aside on my next shift. So, I got a complaint filed. Let me guess. Your ex-fiancée's lawyer sent a letter. Claims you violated HIPAA or something by accessing her 911 call inappropriately. I actually laughed. I did not access anything. I took the call, random assignment. She called 911. I answered. It is literally my job. I know that. Legal knows that, but they have to investigate anyway. You are not in trouble. It is just procedure. How long? Week, maybe 2. You are on desk duty until then. No calls, just admin work. The investigation took 11 days. They pulled the call logs, the recordings, everything. Confirmed I did nothing wrong, handled the call professionally, dispatched appropriate units, followed every protocol. The complaint was dismissed. But here is where it got interesting. The guy, the friend. Turns out he is fine. Heart palpitations, not a heart attack. Panic attack brought on by guilt about the affair. His wife found texts on his phone 2 days later. His wife called me. Yeah, that happened. Is this your name? Speaking. My husband was sleeping with your fiancée. I just found out. I am filing for divorce. I am sorry you are going through this. I just found out last week myself. Did you know they had been together for 6 months? 6 months. 6 months of lies. I did not know that. No, he told me everything. How they met at some conference. How she pursued him. How they would meet at his friend's apartment twice a week when I thought she was working late. We talked for about 20 minutes. She was angrier than I was, honestly. She had been married to this guy for 12 years. They have 2 kids. After we hung up, I just sat there. 6 months, half a year, wedding planning, engagement photos, family dinners, all while she was seeing someone else twice a week. My ex tried to come back to the apartment twice. First time was to get some things she forgot. I told her to make a list. I would leave them outside. She made the list. I left 3 boxes by the dumpster. Texted her they were there. She picked them up. Second time was to talk. She showed up at 7 on a Saturday evening. I did not let her in. We need to talk about this like adults. Nothing to talk about. You will not even listen to my side. Your side is you were sleeping with a married man for 6 months while planning our wedding. What else is there? It was not like that. It just happened. For 6 months it just kept happening, twice a week. That is not something that just happens. That is a choice you made repeatedly. You are being unreasonable. I am being single. There is a difference. You need to leave. I love you. I made a mistake. You made a choice. Repeatedly, for 6 months. That is not a mistake. That is a pattern. Please, we can go to counseling. We can work through this. No thanks. I am good. I closed the door. She stood outside yelling for maybe 5 minutes, then left. Her sister texted me later. Said I was being cruel and heartless, that everyone makes mistakes, that I should forgive her. I blocked the sister too. The ring situation is messy. The jeweler has a no-return policy after 90 days. I bought it 9 months ago, but they offered to let me trade it for credit. Took a $1,400 loss on the exchange. Bought my dad a nice watch for his birthday instead. At least someone should get something good out of this mess. Update 2-3 weeks since everything blew up and things escalated in ways I expected and ways I definitely did not. The guy's wife filed for divorce. Fast, she is not messing around. Went straight for full custody of their kids, citing adultery and emotional abandonment. Her lawyer is apparently brutal. The guy's entire life is imploding. Lost his job too. Something about company policy violations involving the use of corporate apartments for personal activities. Turns out that apartment my ex was calling from belonged to his company. He had access for business travel. He was using it for something else entirely. I know all this because my ex showed up at my workplace during my shift. She got stopped at security. Thank God for badge access. But she caused enough of a scene that my supervisor had to come get me. She is in the lobby, says she needs to talk to you. I can have security escort her out if you want. Give me 5 minutes. Went down, she was pacing, makeup smudged, hair a mess. Looked like she had not slept in days. You told his wife. No, I did not. Then how did she find out? Probably the same way I did. You are not as sneaky as you think. His life is ruined. He is losing everything, and you do not care, should I? He has kids. Maybe he should have thought about that before sleeping with an engaged woman twice a week for 6 months. You are heartless. You keep saying that does not make it true. I did not ruin his life. You two did that yourselves. I lost my job because of you. That stopped me. What? I got fired. Someone told HR about the affair. They said it reflected poorly on the company. I did not tell your HR anything. Then who did? Maybe his wife. Maybe someone who knows you both. Maybe karma is real. I do not know. And honestly, I do not care. I have nothing now. No job, no place to live, no fiancé. You had all of that 3 weeks ago. You chose to risk it. Actions have consequences. Security was coming over. She saw them and left, but not before yelling that I would regret this. Later found out what really happened with her job. She did not get fired. She quit. Apparently the guy also worked at her company, different department. Once his wife filed for divorce and named my ex as the affair partner in the filing, people at work found out. The gossip was too much. She quit rather than face it. Her choice. Not my problem. But then came the harassment. Text messages from numbers I did not recognize. You will pay for ruining her life. She loved you and you threw her away. Hope you can live with yourself. Blocked them all, but they kept coming. Different numbers, her friends I assume. Then my car got keyed, came out after a shift. Someone had scratched a word into the driver's side door, deep scratches. Estimated repair $800, filed a police report. They cannot prove it was her or anyone connected to her. But it is documented. My insurance covered most of it after the deductible. The officer asked if I wanted to pursue harassment charges. Told him not yet, but I am documenting everything. Smart, he said. Keep records of all contact. If it escalates, come back. Around the same time, my landlord called. Someone reported a domestic disturbance at my apartment. Multiple complaints about yelling, fights, aggressive behavior. I have got 3 complaints in 2 weeks. What is going on? I broke up with my fiancée 3 weeks ago. She has been showing up here trying to talk. I have told her to leave each time. There has been no violence, no threats from my end. The complaints say otherwise. Check the security cameras in the hallway. They will show I am telling the truth. He did. Cameras showed her showing up, me telling her to leave, her yelling, me closing the door. Nothing violent, nothing aggressive from me. Okay, you are clear. But if she keeps coming back, I need you to get a restraining order. I cannot have this disruption. Started looking for a new place seriously. Found a decent 1-bedroom about 15 minutes from work. Lease starts next month. Fresh start. A lawyer friend told me I probably have grounds for a restraining order if I want one. The showing up at my apartment multiple times. Showing up at my work. The threatening texts, the property damage, but he also warned me. Filing for one will make this explode. She will get a lawyer. It will cost you money. It might not even get approved. Are you sure you want to go that route? Not yet, but if she keeps pushing. Her mom tried one more time, left a voicemail because I had blocked her number. She must have called from a different phone. You are ruining my daughter's life. She made one mistake and you are punishing her forever. She is staying with me now because she has nowhere to go. She is depressed. She is not eating. This is your fault. You need to forgive her and work this out. That is what adults do. I saved the voicemail, did not respond. Saved it for documentation purposes. The guy's wife and I talked once more. She wanted to compare notes. Make sure our stories matched for her divorce proceedings. His lawyer is trying to claim I drove him to it, that I was neglectful, that I did not pay attention to his needs. Classic cheater excuse, right? I work full-time, raise 2 kids, manage the household, and apparently I did not meet his needs. What needs? An ego boost from a younger woman, pretty much. Thank you for being honest with me when I called. A lot of people would have hung up. We are both victims here. Felt like the right thing to do. Good luck with everything, you too. Update 3 final 2 months later. Time for the final update because people keep asking how it ended. Moved into the new place 6 weeks ago. It is smaller, but it is mine. Nobody else's stuff. Nobody else's memories. Just me and my furniture and my life. The harassment stopped about a month after it started. The texts stopped coming. The showing up stopped. I think her mom finally convinced her to move on. Or maybe she found someone else to focus on. Do not know, do not care. The restraining order never happened, did not need it. She disappeared from my life as quickly as she had inserted herself into it. Found out through mutual friends what happened to her. She moved back in with her parents. Got a new job at a smaller company. Less pay, fewer benefits. Still claims she is the victim in all this. Still tells people I abandoned her over nothing. The guy got divorced. His ex-wife got primary custody of the kids. He gets supervised visitation because the court found his affair and the associated deceptions impacted his judgment regarding the children's well-being. He is paying substantial child support and alimony. His career is effectively over at that company. Last I heard he was working somewhere else. Entry level, starting over at 42. His ex-wife and I do not talk anymore. No need to, we both moved on. The mutual friend situation resolved itself. The 3 couples who believed her side stopped inviting me to things. That is fine. The other 3 doubled down on our friendship, quality over quantity. Financially, I came out okay. Lost $1,400 on the ring exchange. Spent $800 on car repairs. About $300 on the storage unit I rented for her stuff before she cleared it out. But I did not lose a house, retirement funds, or years of marriage. Could have been so much worse. Work has been steady. The investigation cleared me completely. I am back on regular rotation. My coworkers have been supportive. Apparently word got around about what happened. A few of them went through similar situations. One guy told me his ex-wife was cheating for 3 years before he found out. Another said her husband had a whole second family in another state. Hearing their stories made me realize I am not alone. This happens more than anyone wants to admit. Started therapy. Not because I am falling apart, but because processing this with a professional seemed smart. The therapist says I am handling it well, all things considered. Says the lack of dramatic emotional reaction is actually healthy. I assessed the situation, made decisions based on my boundaries and stuck to them. Looking back, I should have seen the signs. The late nights at work that were becoming more frequent, the way she would guard her phone, the times she was vague about her plans. I noticed those things, but I explained them away. Told myself I was being paranoid. Told myself to trust her. I was wrong. The engagement photos are still on her social media. She has not taken them down. I untagged myself, have not checked her pages since. What she does with her online presence is her business. I am done monitoring anything about her life. Sometimes I wonder if I should have tried to work it out, given her a chance to explain, gone to counseling like she suggested. Then I remember 6 months, twice a week. While we were planning a wedding, and I know I made the right call. My dad asked me last weekend if I hated her. No, not even a little. I am disappointed, angry sometimes, but hate takes too much energy. Good. Hate would mean she still has power over you. He is right. She does not have power over me anymore. The engagement is over. The relationship is over. The drama is over. What is left is my job, my apartment, my life, my future. And honestly, that is enough. Dating is not on my radar yet, not ready. Maybe next year, maybe longer. I am okay with being alone right now. The apartment is quiet. I work. I come home. I cook dinner. I watch whatever I want on television. I sleep. Some people would call it boring. I call it peaceful. The weird part is I thought I would be devastated, broken. Instead, I feel free. The therapy helped me understand why. I was in a relationship with someone who was not fully committed to me. On some level, I must have sensed that. The relief I feel is not about losing her. It is about no longer carrying the weight of a relationship that was built on lies. She sent me one final message about a month ago. I do not know how she got around the blocks. Maybe a new number. Maybe an email I forgot to block. I know you probably will never see this. But I need you to know I am sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I loved you. I still do. What happened with him was a mistake I will regret for the rest of my life. I wish you had given me a chance to explain, to make it right. I hope someday you can forgive me. I read it once. Then deleted it, did not respond. What would I say? Thanks for the apology, but no thanks. Sorry does not undo 6 months of deception. There is nothing she could say that would change what happened. Forgiveness is not really the issue anyway. I do not need to forgive her to move on. I have moved on. Forgiveness is about them feeling better. I already feel fine. To anyone going through something similar, here is what I learned. Trust your gut. Document everything. Do not let people gaslight you into thinking you are overreacting. You know what your boundaries are. You know what you can accept. I could not accept being lied to for 6 months. I could not accept her risking my health. Who knows if they were being safe? I could not accept building a marriage on that foundation, so I did not. I packed her stuff. I ended it. I moved on. Was it perfect? No. Was it messy? Yeah. But it was my decision made on my terms, protecting my future. That is all you can really do. The 911 call that started all this was random chance. Could have gone to any operator. It came to me. Some people would call that fate or karma or divine intervention. I just call it luck. Bad luck for her. Good luck for me. Because I found out before the wedding, before we bought a house together, before kids, before our lives were so tangled that separating would have been a nightmare. I found out in time. And that is the only thing that matters now.